Based on our reporting here at the Post, the president will lay the foundation for taking possible executive action, maybe even declaring a national emergency later this week. But at this moment, he's trying to test congressional Democrats, see how they react should he make this case of a crisis at the border and continues to demand money for his wall.
The government has indicated, Robert, that the refund checks, the IRS tax refund checks, will in fact go out. And there's some thinking that this could relieve some pressure. But at the same time, Zillow has a staggering estimate. Federal workers, unpaid federal workers, owe $438 million in mortgage and rent payments just this month. At what point does Congress start feeling the pressure from their districts? They start getting the phone calls into their offices from these federal workers who are unpaid.
Russ Vought, the acting director of the Office of Management and Budget, has assured Congress that those tax refund checks will be going out, trying to tweak around the different procedures at OMB. But you're so right. You have to pay attention to the congressional cracks, in particular among Republicans. Republicans for now are mostly holding with President Trump's ultimatum about a border wall. But some of the moderate senators who are up for re-election in 2020 are already calling to reopen the government. Now the eyes of reporters in the country are on House Republicans. Will they continue to hold firm? That's in part why the president's going to the country tonight, pitching Americans broadly, but really pitching his own party to hold firm.
And he has another opportunity to do that at the State of the Union, which is, what, the 29th of this month or something like that?
That's right. It's unusual for President Trump to make a succession of these televised national addresses. Tonight will actually be his first time ever speaking to the country from the Oval Office.
So let's talk a little bit about the way out, if there is a way out. As I was gaming this over the weekend, I thought the time-honored Washington ploy is to set up a commission to examine something. And that in this case, perhaps that is one of the things that could be an element of a solution. In other words, both sides agree to a commission to study border security, comprehensive immigration solution. The president is then able to say that I got the Democrats to agree at least to discuss a wall or a barrier, and the Democrats can say, we got the president to yield and reopen the government, and we are game to discuss a more comprehensive solution to this. I haven't heard anybody talk about that, but just having watched Washington for my whole life, it's often the way these things go.
I appreciate that perspective, and you're right. Often commissions are floated as ways to get out of an impasse. At this time, there is no such reporting that indicates that's under discussion, in part because both sides are digging in. Part of the political brinkmanship here is you have President Trump trying to signal to his conservative base that he is going to the brink, going to the edge to try to get this border wall. How does this end? Talking to top people on Capitol Hill and inside the White House, they say the president may move toward a national emergency, declaring it or not, to try to say to his party he did all he could. And then at that point, maybe one side cracks, maybe Republicans crack, and they have to reopen the government. There have been deals discussed before. Beyond a commission, there was talk about protecting dreamers through the DACA program in exchange for wall funding. Some Democrats would like to see that floated again, but those kind of discussions, Democrats tell me, won't begin until the government is reopened.